Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to Let's Learn Feed the Beast. It's episode 4, and I haven't done a recording in a very long time. Sorry about that. I've been playing a little bit, and by a little bit I mean I've been playing Minecraft like an addict, but I haven't been able to record. Most of the stuff I've been doing is normal, boring, old build stuff, so you guys haven't missed a whole bunch in that regard. Just a word of warning, today my sister's dog is over here and he starts barking at nothing at the drop of the hat for no reason. It's really annoying, so if that happens, I'm just going to stop recording and edit it out later. So if you see like a frame skip, that's probably what happened. You've been warned. Alright. So, there have been some changes, and that's what I'm going to run through first today. We're at my house. House doesn't look much different. But we go into the basement where all my beautiful machines were. And they're not here anymore. Where did they go? Who knows? Even the big industrial grinder in the back with my wonderful falling water setup. Oh, that's gone. Enchanting table and the alchemist stand, they're still there. The nether portal is still here, and as you can see, I sort of started working on that nether brick plan that I had, and I kind of found something I would rather work on. We're going to show that to you right now. It's a few blocks away, so we have to get there through the nether. And we've been building quite a bit, and I decided to make myself a little toy to play around with, and that's a mining laser. Now, I don't actually need one of these. I've got the diamond drill, and I've got a rock cutter, so that's all well and good. I just want to show you what this thing can do. Let's see, we can switch through all the modes. Only one really matters though, and that's the scatter mode. And you think you know what this will do. And, you know, you're sort of right. It does scatter a little bit. But it scatters so much. I could just play with this for hours. It also burns up all the power in the thing, but it's just incredible. I don't think I'm ever going to use anything else. Completely a waste of power and completely non-essential, but just so much fun. Oh, yeah. Alright, so this is the first thing that I've built in the nether to power where we're going. And apparently that failed. Sucked all the lava out of the area of the nether we're in. We'll fix that later. It's not really necessary right now. We go to this portal. And we're here. You can sort of see this catwalk and a lot of stone brick. You know me and my stone brick. Can't get enough of it. Here we are in the new base, which isn't nearly done yet. But I moved all the items over here, so we've got some unorganized stuff. Well, not finally placed stuff. That's terrible English, but you get what I mean. And then we've got all the chests, all nice and organized, everything we would ever need. That's in here. And we've got a couple new machines, a coke oven and a regular 4060, and a regular blast furnace. These aren't going to see much use. They were before I had the industrial blast furnace, which I'm going to show you guys in a second. They work pretty slow, but I decided to keep them around because I kind of like how they look, and I needed to fill up this space with something. So, the blast furnace, coke oven, and the big machine rooms are, well, that's unintentional, are in here. Industrial grinder, you're all familiar with that. Got a sign on the side that you have to use special items when you're grinding in here, so that's a nice little reference. We've got a blast furnace, a tier 2 blast furnace, so we can make pretty much everything but tungsten, which is pretty sweet. The electrolyzer. This is a chunk loader. I didn't put this here. It does exactly what it sounds like. It keeps a chunk loaded in memory, so things keep working. And we've got the maintenance room. This is where all the power comes from. We've got the 3 solar panels, like we normally do. And we've got, we upgraded to an MFSU over an MFE, so that'll take care of everything. And we got enough power. So this is all the underground wiring. We wanted to keep it out of the way, make it look nice, and I mean, this is probably really inefficient. I'm probably losing a ton of power, not throwing, you know, an MFE or bat box somewhere along this line. But I kind of like this industrial look. I'm willing to sacrifice some power. I like how, you know, it looks like you're in a power plant or a factory or something like that. So we got pipes going all over the place and power lines, and that's all really cool. So I actually like how it looks, even though it's messy. And this, I'm going to show where this goes later. I keep saying that I didn't place things like that, and I didn't place this. That's because there's someone who's working with me on this area. It's a friend of mine. His name's Dinosaur. And he may be featured in one or more of these episodes. We'll see. But he was working on a nuclear power plant for this game, and that's what that goes to. And we'll take a little peek at it later. It's not too impressive, you know, to look at, but the amount of power it supplies, it's pretty impressive. I like having it around. We've built a whole bunch of buildcraft machines running off of the MJ power, which I really didn't want to get into. Once I sort of figured out how to work it, it got better. So yeah, that's pretty much the rundown of where we are now. As you can see, we've got glass panes for days going on. This pillar isn't supposed to be here, but we're having issues with spawning mobs. So from the outside, you know, we got this view, which is pretty nice. And this was all, everything that's stone brick used to not be there. This was all like a natural sort of mountain archway. Oh, and that's my wizard tower. We're gonna go into that later. Not this episode, but that's gonna be finally for the Thaumcraft episode. That's coming. But yeah, just imagine this with all the stone brick gone and just the lake on the bottom there, and it's just this one natural archway. It couldn't not build anything here when I found it, so we're going big. And yep, more. This room doesn't actually go anywhere. I just glass painted in, left the waterfall because I think it looks neat. And sorry about that. I'm gonna do something with this. This needs to have like a stone face or a stone symbol on it. I don't know what I'm gonna do yet, but it's gonna get something. It's gonna be dressed up because this is natural. This isn't terraformed at all, and it's just this natural column, symmetrical pretty much. Needs to have something on it, just like this arch needed to have something built in it. So yeah, what are we going to talk about today? Well, we are going to talk about what we're going to do to power this place. We already have the nuclear, we already have the solar power, but Dinosaur and I had run into an issue where if it rains, which it's raining pretty much constantly on this server, or at nighttime, these solar panels are only generating 1 EU a tick. And when you're running as many machines as we are at this point, that's just not gonna cut it. Not gonna cut it at all. The nuclear power plant, it produces, I think he said 104 EU ticks, so that's really helpful. But uranium is not super common, and we have to maintain it. So what are we gonna do for other supplemental power? Because more power would never hurt. So if we go all the way down here, this is the maintenance shaft. Eventually it's going to have rooms like that one up there, maintenance rooms built onto every floor. Right now we only have one floor that really needs power, so that's the outside shell of the power plant. And it's just obsidian to prevent it from exploding, even though it's not supposed to. We got everything set up in here. That's for storing the spent fuel. So yeah, it's not fancy to look at, but it works. What we got in here is the first bit of what I'm going to show you today. We got liquid tanks. And this is almost half filled with oil. And this is what we're going to be powering a steam boiler off of. We're going to be using steam to generate some power, eventually. But the steam boiler isn't going to get built today. What is going to get built today is another iron tank, not this size, it's going to be this size, and a refinery room. So we're going to take the oil, we're going to refine it, I'm going to pump it out as more efficient regular fuel into a tank. And I'm also going to show you my method for getting oil to here. As you can see, I've got this item right here. This is called a tesseract. Tesseracts are little instantaneous portals, and depending on what you build, they can transport oil, buildcraft energy, which is MJ, or they can teleport items. So the trick is finding a geyser of oil, setting up a sort of a mobile well, and setting up a tesseract so it's pumping oil into the oil tank. And I've already got a chest filled of the things we're going to need for that right here. So need this, 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 this. And I already have an oil well picked out, so I'm going to go travel there, and once I'm there, I'll start recording again. So we'll be right back. Alright, here it is. This is the oil well. It's sort of hard to see because it's dark out. I'm the only person on the server, so I could have slept. But it's kind of settling up right next to this tree, which is sort of interesting. But what we can do is clear away some of these leaves. Creeper's not going to be able to get to us. Yeah, no, not even close. I got a laser gun that can kill creepers. That's awesome. Okay. Anyway, on with what we're actually here to do. Let's clear away some of these leaves so we got room to work. And we're gonna want the pump right there. Oh boy. I didn't. Oops. Oh well. Just set up some dirt. We don't want to do that. Set up some dirt right there. I'm going to put a liquid tesseract right there. We're going to put our energy tesseract. Needs to be right there. And MJ is sort of hard to manage. You need to have wooden pipes, at least on the first, wooden conductive pipes on the first segment of whatever pipe you're making. And then you can put your gold pipes, which are highly conductive. I don't really know why that is. I really don't like the MJ system. I'm sorry, whoever built it. I'm sure you worked hard on it. But EU is just so much more streamlined. So, I hate to say it, but I don't like MJ. And then we put our waterproof pipe right there. So the pump's going to pipe out into that. It's going to get power from here. How do we set this up? Well, if we do this, I've already got a frequency for power. You can set that, and you can see that power is going to build up right there. And then we can set oil, bam, and it'll start sending oil. This is how our wells work. You just set up these few blocks, and you can break them all easily, and they'll give you the machine block back. And this pump's just going to do its thing. As you can see, it drains some, and then when it's done draining what level it's on, like it just did, it should, yep, there it goes. It'll just extend, and it'll keep doing that down this entire geyser. And the best part is, I don't think I need to be here for that. So I'm gonna head back to the base, and we're gonna see if it's actually working. So I will be right back. And we're back, and look at that. It's pumping through even though we're not there. Now it just disappeared, but that's just because it cleaned up that source block that it's on. It's moving down. It'll pump again. Anyway, we have half a tank, so we can work with that for right now. So, well, success. We're gonna... Oh, hello. How's it going? Pew 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 pew! Pew 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 pew! Yeah, creepers weren't expecting to be shot at by lasers today. Jerks. I think I'm gonna stick with my sapphire sword if I can. I used a lot of power and it wasn't that useful. Alright, so let's build a tank. And these are multi-block structures, like the blast furnace or whatever. And you can set them up. You need 3 different types of blocks. There are iron gauges, or tank gauges, iron tank gauge, iron tank valve, and iron tank wall. All of these require at least 4 iron plates, I believe is what they're called. And those are made, 3 of them are made per 4 iron block you put into a rolling machine. So they aren't the cheapest things in the world. But you can make them in either 3x3, 3x5, or sorry, 3x3, 5x5, or 7x7. We don't have a 7x7 in here. And they can be 4 to 8 bricks high. We're just making small tanks. We don't really need that much space. You do that by... Oh. Okay. You set up your 3x3 base. Go up here. Set that up. And now we have to decide where we want the inputs and the outputs of this to be. I don't believe they can be in the bottom or the top. They have to be on a side. Because the boiler room, which is what this is going to eventually fuel, is right over here. We're going to set the output on this wall right here. So what we're going to do for that, let's just go through here. Put the iron tank valve there. A gauge on top, and gauge is just a window. I don't know why they call it a gauge. An iron tank window. And the other valve is going to go back here because that's going to be the input from the refinery room. That there, those there, those there. And you can see that the window just changed. If you right click it, it's an empty iron tank. So anything we throw on there, it's going to fill up. It's going to look pretty neat. It's going to look like that, only fuel is a different color. And these two, I haven't decided what they're going to be for yet. I'm thinking biomass and biofuel because I want to make a automated biomass farm. But I'm just kind of poking around at that idea for right now. So the outline's there, but it's not necessarily in use, and it's not necessarily going to be used. So alright, we need the materials to make the refinery now. Thought I just heard a creeper start hissing at me. Guess not. So I'm gonna get the materials to make that, and we'll be right back. Alright, I think I have everything I need. We're also gonna need to make a bunch of redstone engines. So anyway, to make the refinery, you need 3 tanks, 2 redstones, torches, and a diamond gear, which is kind of a pain. As you saw in my inventory, I had some unprocessed diamond, but we've got this fancy industrial grinder. Look at it go. Not only will it give us 1 diamond, it gives us 6 tiny piles of dust, which is 1 normal diamond dust pile, which in a machine that we don't have can later be turned into a diamond. So it's always good to industrial grind these things, because you're guaranteed pretty much 2.5 diamonds worth of diamond. Who can say no to more diamonds? So, what are we doing here? We need to make a diamond gear first. So we can do this, then we can do this. And, oh, forgot to smelt the iron dust that I had in my inventory. This might take a little bit. Yep. So in the meantime, we're going to make the tanks, which are real simple. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. You get the idea. There we go. 3 tanks. That's what we need. That's what I got. And redstone torches, we're gonna need a good... Let's make 9 redstone torches. Take that out. Let's check how our iron's doing. Great. That's what we wanted. Stone gear in the middle. There's our iron. Iron becomes gold. You see how this takes a long time. This is a pain. And that becomes diamond. And then we place them like this. Bam, bam. There we go. We've got our refinery. So that's good. We like that. What else do we need? We need to make some redstone engines. So we're gonna make, let's make 2 redstone engines for right now. I think that's all we're going to need, but I could be wrong. Let's see if I also, oh, nope, I've already forgotten one vital step of the redstone engine, which is, we need a piston, pretty sure. Yep, need a piston. So that requires some cobble. We've got the redstone in the inventory. And I just put some iron dust back. 8 iron dust, that should definitely be enough. Throw it in the furnace, which is completely unheated right now, so that's going to take forever. And in the meantime, we're also going to need some wooden waterproof pipes, which I may have. It is also entirely wooden waterproof pipes. There we go. Good, good. Let's take one iron ingot out. Alright, here we go. 3 across the top. Cobblestone on the side. Iron. Redstone. Piston. Good. We do this. 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 But we need to do this twice. So I need to make more pistons. This is me not thinking ahead. It happens often. But hey, look at that. We got the iron we need. So here we go. When I'm all set, actually disregard that. Okay, 2 redstone engines, refinery, some waterproof pipes, plenty of waterproof pipes. I think we're gonna need something to power this refinery. So when I work up a solution to that, I will be right back. Alright, we're back, and I think I have a solution. I think everything works. I think it'll be great. So what we're going to do first is we're going to have to hook up a way to get the oil to the refinery. This is going to be right there. Do that by putting a waterproof pipe, and then we can bring the stone waterproof pipe right there. So that's all connected. And then we're going to need a wooden waterproof pipe on the front. And we can bring the stone waterproof pipe like so. This is a temporary setup, but it's what we're going to use for right now. Now the refinery itself needs to be powered by an engine, which is why we've got this. And that's going to need to be powered, which my incredible lack of forethought. I brought the cables, but I didn't think about how I was going to connect it like a boss. So we're going to figure that out, but we're going to get the rest of this set up first, just so you can see how it works. So we're going to put the wooden pipe can be powered to suck liquids out, and so that's what we need. It needs to have a constant redstone supply, so we can just torch right there. Look, it's going. We can put one right there. That's going, but we're not going to have that yet. We're not going to have that until the power is hooked up correctly. So, once again, I'll be right back once I figure out how we're going to do that. Alright, everything's wired up. Everything should have power. So we should be good. Everything should be good. So we're going to flick this on. And oh, I know why. It's because the nuclear reactor isn't on. This is definitely going to have to be changed. Yeah. Yep. So hopefully that just didn't cause our electrical engine to explode. But we're going to leave that running. We're going to see what we can see. Alright, we got power. You can see it's moving slowly because it's only running off of one engine. But once we got the steam boiler rolling, we can get an engine that'll work slightly better. And then all we need to do, toss down a redstone torch there. That'll start pumping. There goes our fuel. Slowly but surely. And if we go out here, there it goes. You can see it filling up. And that's that. So we've got our oil well pumping in. Still going. Going into the refinery, which is going to get a hefty redesign. I just wanted to show you guys the process. Being converted into fuel. And we're going to use that for steam boiler, which we will get to within the next couple episodes. I don't know if I'm going to do Thaumcraft or if I'm going to do the steam boiler next. It'd be kind of nice to have the power set up, but Thaumcraft's been interesting me for a while. So, I don't know. If you have an opinion, leave a comment below. Other than that, I hope you guys enjoyed. Sorry if this went longer than it should have. And sorry for the mistakes. There were a lot of mistakes on my part that I could have dealt with had I just thought ahead a little bit. But we will see you next time.